What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today we got some important details to round out the whole end of this season for Destiny 2 Season Revivals. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is around the corner, and I am so excited to finally get back into this game. We all agree that right now Destiny is just purely dead. There's nothing new, but again, we only have a few days to wait before Beyond Light has arrived for us. So some important details we're going to be talking over. It's not every detail Bungie has highlighted over the past couple weeks. It's pretty much just the most important ones I think you guys need to know. So first up, we're going to get the progression system. So when Beyond Light drops, all gear obviously will be at 1050 or higher depending on where your gear has left off. So let's say you have a gear that's 970, that will be rounded out to 1050. And then let's say you got your pinnacle gear that you've been using and you've been max light, that's at 1060, that will still stay at 1060. And we also got some obviously new power caps for next season when it comes to Season of the Hunt and obviously Beyond Light. Now we have a soft cap, so basically all gear up to 1200 will be the soft cap. Now 1250 is the powerful cap or the hard cap or powerful cap, whatever one you want to talk or term or use the terminology, whatever. And then pinnacle cap is 1260. So basically all gears going to be going all the way up, increasing per time you get it till you get to 1200. And then after that, you're going to be needing powerful rewards in order to get to the hard cap, which is 1250. And then obviously once you get after the hard cap, the pinnacle items rewards will be the only way to get to 1260. Now there has been some changes, however, to the powerful rewards, where they're not only locked to these weekly events or just quests, or in general just weekly resets. So there's been some changes, so you can earn powerful rewards from strikes, gambit, crucible, and seasonal activities all the way to the hard cap. So despite whether or not you completed your weekly rewards, it doesn't matter. You can randomly still get powerful drops within crucible, strikes, and gambit and seasonal activities, which I think is great. It makes the grind less grindy in itself. Now we also have some vendor changes, and specifically the vendors in the tower. They're getting nerfed hard, and pretty much they've realized that the whole powering up economy has been really based on just not playing the game. You save these tokens, you use them at the beginning of the season, and you're pretty much gonna just grind your way through some micromanaging all the way up to the hard cap. And they pretty much reduced it so this gear will not be dropping powerful items or even just items around your light level in general. So I'm a little bit butthurt about that because this is a method I've been using for a while, but again, it does make the game more playable, and obviously removing this micromanagement issue that they've been having for a while is definitely going to help the game in itself. So also we got some information revolving planetary materials. So planetary materials from vaulted locations like Mercury, Mars, etc. will be getting pretty much shelved after next season. So once after Season of the Hunt, when Season 13 comes around the corner, there's gonna be no value to these items, so they're gonna give you an option to use them or just trade them with Spider, so you can get something of value from Spider with regard to these shards, materials that are just not, or planetary materials that are not useful to you anymore. So also another thing too is that bounties will not be getting a revamp this season, but however they will be getting a revamp next season, Season 13. This is something that's been on Bungie's radar for a while, so I'm excited to see what specifically they're going to be doing that. Now specifically with Spider, he's going to be receiving a few changes to his economy or what you can get from him. So they're removing getting legendary shards. They feel like that's useless, nobody really needs them, and they're changing that with enhancement prisms. And basically these are going to cost $400 or 400 shards, not dollars, Jesus, that'll be some fucked up microtransaction right there. But yeah, 400 shards will cost you for one enchantment prism. I think this is actually pretty good. People that have been stockpiling shards can actually use something and get something of value for them. So I think this is a good way to have people spend their shards instead of like useless things that they don't really want to use them on. Also too, enhancement cores are also getting changes with Spider. Now you can get 5 cores per day at a fixed price of 30 shards. So before, basically it was increasing every time you purchase, and it was too expensive, so now they're changing it to 5 per day at a fixed rate of 30 shards per core. I think that's also very, very good. Allows players to just spend what they want to spend. Now another thing too is that we're going to be seeing a 14-hour downtime before Beyond Light. So this will begin on November 9th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this will pretty much end the following day at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, this is 14 hours of downtime. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff to change this game up. I'm excited to get on with it. Now, another thing too, this video is going to be a little bit of a long one, guys. Sorry, there's a lot of shit changing. Now, when it comes to weapons, I'm going to highlight the most important things, specifically with archetypes, rate of fires, and just weapon classes in general. I'm not going to be getting specific with certain weapons in themselves. So, first up, hand cannons are seeing the biggest change this year, and they're giving more, reasons to use each sub family. Again, I've always had this issue with hand cannons. They're not really useful except for 1050s, but again, we're going to get a lot of changes now. So basically, the aggressive frame has increased its rate of fire from 110 to 120 and broke out aggressive hand cannons, allowing custom tuning. So for example, they gave the damage fallout for 100 range in this subfamily now starts at 32 meters, again making this weapon a little bit more of a long range option. Now, adaptive and precision frames, the range stat now has more impact and minimum damage fall off range for both archetypes. And so for the fall off for 100 range now starts at 25 meters, was 20 meters before. So for precision hand cannons, the 180 rate of fire magazines have been scaled up 37%. This also affects exotics with this rate of fire, so that is a very good thing for those rate of fire exotics. Now, lightweight has been folded into the adaptive frame, so 150 hand cannons will now be 140 rate of fire hand cannons. But however, the Sunshot will be the only hand cannon to keep its 150 rate of fire. Honestly, I think that this is pretty big. I'm going to make the Sunshot one of the most desired and sought out and used hand cannons in PvP, because it's going to be the only one with 150s. And they talked about how they needed to nerf 150s in general because they were just generally overused. But again, there's going to be one hand cannon that will be receiving a 150 rate of fire, and that's going to be the exotic hand cannon Sunshot. Now, with sniper rifles, they've done small adjustments, not really small adjustments, but they adjusted the aim assist for sniper rifles. So lower zoom has less aim assist, and higher zooms has a small increase to its aim assist. Now, with auto rifles, the 600 rate of fire subclass basically is getting a small nerf. So basically, I think this is not too small. I think there's a medium nerf. So the damage per bullet was 15.75 per bullet. That has been dropped down to 14.25 per bullet. This was 13.75 before Season of the Worthy when we got the auto rifle buff. Now, scout rifles are also seeing a small increase to aim assist. Again, they feel like the time to kill is in a good state, but I want to make them a little bit more usable to people. Now, rocket launchers are also surprisingly getting a much needed and desired reserve increase. So basically, it's increasing its reserve by 1 or 2 rockets, depending on the inventory stats. Now, Trials of Osiris is finally getting adept weapons. I think this has been long desired, and reason why this mode hasn't really clicked with a lot of people, including myself. So specifically with adept mods, weapon stats boost each grant plus 10 even after a masterwork. So again, you could be looking up to a bonus stat of plus 20 to your weapon, which I think is great. Now, another thing too, we need to talk about other sandbox changes they have made. The hunter dodge, the hunters are finally getting nerfed. Basically a tier 4, resilience, I forget which one it is, a hunter. I don't play hunter at all, so I don't really know. But basically, if tier 4 for whatever that's your class thing, has a cooldown of 22 seconds, this has been increased to 26 seconds. I think this is a much needed nerf. Now, another thing too, which is very surprisingly people aren't talking about, is the anti-champion mods. They're kind of getting a whole new revamp for the most part. So anti-barrier rounds now penetrate taken phalanx shields. I think this is great. I hate those fuckers. Phalanx shields, taken phalanx shields, they're annoying, and yeah, it's glad to see that anti-barrier will be affecting those shields. Also too, anti-champion mods as a whole will be shifting to armor mods instead of taking up a weapon slot. They talked about how this is kind of the desire, and they want to make sure that this choice, this anti-champion choice, was tied to your armor, and it doesn't strip what you can do in flexibility with your weapons in itself. But pretty much, guys, this is the most important details to talk about with Beyond Light. This is almost a 10-minute, I probably past a 10-minute video now. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, found it informative, and are excited for Destiny 2 Beyond Light, definitely drop this video a like. And for more Destiny 2 content like this or whatever else you see on my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. With that being said, I'm going to go get a drink of water. I have talked way too much in this video. And that's all I got for this one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.